guys, so today I have an announcement to make. So many of you know that I have started a show called The Great Talk. Okay. Well, that has come to an end because I'd rather just make regular videos, like not in like an actual like show, because I just like talking about random stuff and I just don't want to continue the show anymore. So, but if you guys request for me to continue the show, then I guess I will. Now, if you did not see my last video, which was Season 4, Episode 4, that was my new house tour. And that is where the show is ending. Okay? But today, we are going to be reading a story of mine. The story is called The Long Ride, and this is probably the only story we'll get in today because it's kind of long, but not too long. Okay, let's get started. Once upon a time, Sierra, Brandon, Dylan, Landon, and Lucas were working at their police station. Sierra and Brandon are dating. Now that's important for the whole series, okay? Because I do have a whole series for this story. Anyways, Sierra got a call. It was for a domestic abuse case. So Sierra, Brandon, Dylan, Landon, and Lucas jumped in Sierra's police truck and they headed to the location. Once they got there, they were too late because the man had killed his wife and then he shot himself at the arrival of them. So they just called an ambulance and went back to the police station. About an hour later, they clocked out and headed home. They all live in the same house, so they decided to go out. Sierra slipped on her favorite dress and got ready. Brandon, Dylan, and Lucas were ready before Sierra. After Sierra got ready, they walked to the bar. Brandon was kissing all up on Sierra while they were walking to the bar. "Babe, save that for later," Sierra said. "Okay," Brandon whispered. Soon, after about 15 minutes of walking, they felt like they were being followed. Brandon started to walk behind Sierra just to protect her. Lucas looked behind them, and as they feared, they were being followed. Since they were police officers, they were not worried at first. Sierra keeps a gun in her purse at all times, so she started loading her gun. After she loaded her gun, she kept it in her purse. It was a man following them, and he was looking at Sierra very creepily. So Brandon, Dylan, Landon, and Lucas started walking behind Sierra just to protect her. Brandon trusts Dylan, Landon, and Lucas to protect Sierra if she needs it, which they have stayed true to their word. They have protected Sierra many times. After the man noticed Brandon, Dylan, Lucas, and Landon walking behind Sierra, he backed off a little bit. Soon they walked into the bar. They pulled up a seat and got their drinks. Brandon, Dylan, and Lucas got whiskey. Sierra got moonshine. She has always drank moonshine ever since she was old enough to drink. After they got their drinks, they ordered food. They ate their food and had a good time. It was a karaoke night at the bar, so Sierra got up to sing a lot. Brandon, Dylan, Landon, and Lucas don't really sing that often, but they did sing a few songs with Sierra. Sierra has a really great voice, so she can do songs that most people can't. Soon, Sierra and Brandon sang a love song together. It was Keeper of the Stars by Tracy Byrd. Sierra helped Brandon get through the song. After they sang, they went back home. After about 5 minutes of walking, they felt like they were being followed again. So Brandon, Dylan, Landon, and Lucas walked behind Sierra to protect her. Soon, a car pulled up beside them on the road. It was a black convertible. The passenger window rolled down and a man started talking to him. They kept walking. "Babe, get the license plate," Sierra said. "On it," Brandon said. He wrote down the license plate and Sierra put it in her purse. Soon the car drove away. They didn't see the convertible for about 2 days. But one day on their way to work, they saw it again. They already ran the plate through the police system. So they knew who owned the car and all the owner's info. They drove to work when the convertible pulled up behind them. Sierra didn't mind wrecking her truck because it was her truck, so she slammed on the brakes and the convertible hit them. Sierra's truck didn't have much damage. The only damage on her truck was her hitch. On her hitch, and a little damage was done to the bumper. Sierra arrested the man who owned the car. The car was towed to the impound, where it would later be crushed if the man didn't cooperate. And as they figured, the man didn't do as he was asked. So they crushed his car. After they crushed his car, he finally listened to what he was asked. They finally got the man to talk. After they got the man to talk, they let him go. One of his friends came to pick him up since his car was crushed. After that, they never saw the man again. So soon, Brandon, Sierra, Dylan, Landon, and Lucas clocked out and headed home. It was a late night. It was around 11:30 when they left the station. It takes about 30 minutes to get home from the station. So they got home at midnight. When they got home, the front door was wide open. They grabbed their guns and walked in to investigate. They found the same man hiding in Sierra and Brandon's closet. They arrested the man and called for backup. The backup took the man to jail. Brandon and Sierra were spooked. They slept in the living room for the night. Landon, Lucas, and Dylan walked downstairs to get drinks at around 3 a.m. They checked on Brandon and Sierra, and then they went back upstairs. Soon, Sierra woke up at around 9 a.m. She made breakfast for Dylan, Brandon, Landon, and Lucas. Soon, at 9:30, Brandon, Dylan, Landon, and Lucas woke up. Luckily, by that time, Sierra had breakfast finished. They ate breakfast They had the day off. Brandon, Dylan, Landon, and Lucas spent most of the day in the garage. Sierra sat in the house watching TV. Soon there was a knock on the door, so Sierra grabbed her gun and walked to the door. She looked through the peephole to see who it was on the other side of the door. There was no one on the other side of the door. But Sierra noticed a package sitting on the porch, so she figured one of the boys ordered something off of Amazon. Which she was right. Dylan ordered some movies for them to watch. So Sierra unpacked the package and put the movies near the TV. Soon, Sierra took sweet tea out to the boys. "Thank you," the boys said. "You're welcome. Lunch will be ready in a little bit," Sierra said. "Okay, we'll be in a little bit," the boys replied. Sierra went back into the house. "Oh, Dylan, your package came earlier," Sierra said. "Okay, did you unpack it for me?" Dylan asked. "Yeah," Sierra said as she walked back in the house. "Thanks," Dylan yelled. "No problem," Sierra yelled in response. Sierra went back into the house and made lunch. After she made lunch, she hollered out to the boys to come inside to eat. They all ate, then the boys went back to the garage. They were fixing Sierra's truck. They were just getting the damage out of the hitch and the bumper of Sierra's truck. Eventually, they got the damage fixed. By that time, it was around 5 p.m., so they decided to go to the same bar they had the night before. So Sierra got ready. The boys got ready after Sierra. Sierra waited for the boys to finish getting ready. Brandon was the first one to get done. "Hey, you look great, babe," Sierra said. "You look amazing too, honey," Brandon said as he leaned in for a kiss. Soon they walked to the bar. They were talking and laughing the whole time they were walking. Soon they walked into the bar. The bar was dancing to a song called "The House Party" by Sam Hunt. This was Sierra's time to shine. She jumped on the dance floor and showed off moves she didn't even know she had. Brandon, Dylan, Landon, and Lucas walked up to the bar and got drinks. Sierra was just being herself, and the boys were fine with that. The bar was having their big end-of-the-year party. They have this big party every December 31st, so Sierra was the life of the party. Boys kept trying to talk to her, but she just walked away. Brandon is very jealous about random boys approaching Sierra. The only boys he trusts to approach her are Dylan, Landon, and Lucas. So he was glad that Sierra wasn't talking to these random guys. Soon, Sierra got up and sang. She had the whole bar singing along and having a great time. When Sierra whipped out some Whitney Houston, the whole bar went crazy. They were all cheering for Sierra, and Sierra pulled it off, even after about 10 drinks. She sang "I Want to Dance with Somebody" by Whitney Houston, and she did excellent on that song. Soon, they were all back to dancing. Eventually, Sierra's most favorite song came on. Her favorite song was "Party for Two" by Shania Twain and Billy Currington. She got Brandon onto the dance floor to dance with him. They were having fun. Soon, Brandon and Sierra sang "Islands in the Stream" by Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers. They loved singing together. Soon, Sierra was back to dancing with everyone. Soon, Dylan, Landon, Lucas, Brandon, and Sierra walked home. Sierra was drunk. The boys were sober, so they had to carry Sierra back home. When they got home, Brandon put Sierra to bed. Dylan, Landon, Brandon, and Lucas stayed up watching TV for a little while. Soon, around 2:30 a.m., the boys went to bed. Brandon jumped in bed with Sierra and kissed her goodnight. Soon, Brandon was the first to wake at 10 a.m. He went to the local McDonald's to pick them up some breakfast. He came back with breakfast. Dylan was the only other one up when Brandon got back. So they decided to let Sierra, Landon, and Lucas sleep a little longer. So that's what they did. Dylan and Brandon ate their breakfast, then they watched a little TV. Soon Sierra got up. She ate her breakfast on the couch next to Brandon. "Good morning, Princess," Brandon said. "Good morning," Sierra sleepily said. She grabbed her breakfast and sat next to Brandon on the couch. Soon Landon and Lucas got up. They all sat on the couch watching TV. They had the rest of the week off, so they spent a lot of time together. They watched TV for a little while. Then they sat on the porch for a while. They were watching the cars go by. Soon Sierra had to go get the mail. She grabbed her purse. Go to the mall. I'm sorry, not get the mail. She grabbed her purse and jumped in her truck and drove off. She noticed that she was being followed by a man that was walking down the street. He was taking pictures of her truck and trying to take pictures of her. But she kept getting away from him. Soon she got to the mall. She called Brandon to let him know she got to the mall safely. "Okay, babe, be careful in the mall. I love you," Brandon said. "Okay, I will. I love you too, babe," Sierra replied. "Bye, see you when you get home," Brandon said. "Bye," Sierra whispered. They hung up and Sierra walked inside the mall. She went into the shoe store first. She needed some new tennis shoes and some new high heels. Finding shoes for Sierra is a very hard task because she has big feet. She wears a size 11 or 12 depending on how the shoe is made. 11 and 12 in women's. I'm sorry. Didn't say that. Where was I? Okay, so she almost always never finds shoes that fit her. She found a pair of high-heeled boots that she really liked. Excuse me. And they fit her just perfectly. The heel was about 4 inches in length, so she bought them. Then she went to the jewelry store. She bought herself a new necklace. Then she went to the swimwear store. She bought a few bikinis and a few one-piece swimming suits. Then she went to the clothing store. She got a few pairs of leggings, some sweaters, and a few other things. Then she went to the food court. She ate, then she walked around the mall for a little while longer. Soon she walked out to her truck and hopped in. She had some old pictures of Brandon, Dylan, Landon, Lucas, and herself in the glove department. So she decided to pull them out and look at them. All of the memories hit her like a train of bricks. Brandon and Sierra have been dating for about 7 years. She has known Dylan, Landon, Lucas, and Brandon for about 12 years. Brandon was a cute little boy back when Sierra started dating him. Dylan is Brandon's older brother. Landon and Lucas are brothers too. Lucas is older than Landon, and she has known them basically all her life. After she looked through all the pictures, she started the truck and left. She called Brandon, telling him that she was on her way home. "Okay, babe, see you in a few," Brandon said. "Okay, see you in a bit, bye," Sierra replied. "Bye," Brandon said. They hung up, and Sierra continued driving. Soon she came upon a wreck. Even though she wasn't working that day, she legally had to help out because she was a police officer. She talked with her fellow officers. Someone had run their car off the road about 50 yards after the guardrail ended. They didn't find any bodies yet, but one was eventually found. It was the only person in the car. It was an older white male who looked like he was in his late 50s, early 60s. They took the man to the hospital. Sierra called Brandon to tell him why she was running late at getting home. "Hey babe, sorry I'm running late, but I came across a wreck and I had to do my duty and stop and try to help out," Sierra said. "That's fine, babe. Do you want us to come out?" Brandon asked. "No, just stay at the house. I'll be home in a little while. I love you," Sierra replied. "Okay, we will be here when you get home. I love you too. Bye," Brandon said. "Bye-bye," Sierra whispered. Then they hung up and Sierra got back to the job. She helped identify the man. After she helped out as much as she could, one of her fellow officers told her that she could leave. "Okay, thanks," Sierra said. "Bye." "Bye, Sierra. See you sometime at work," an officer said. "Bye," Sierra said. She jumped in the truck and finished driving home. She pulled into the driveway. She grabbed all of her stuff and headed into the house. Brandon was sitting on the front porch waiting for Sierra. "Hey, babe, you made it home," Brandon said. "Yeah, could you help me with my stuff, please?" Sierra asked. "Yeah," Brandon said as he took some of her bags out of her hands. He helped her with her stuff. He sat on the couch with Dylan, Landon, and Lucas until Sierra got all of her stuff where she needed them to be. Then Sierra walked out to the living room and sat next to Brandon. Brandon kissed Sierra on the lips. They were watching a horror movie on Netflix. The movie was called The Conjuring. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. Dylan walked to the door with a gun just for protection. It was the mailman. Dylan opened the door and accepted the mail. It was mostly bills. They also got the daily newspaper. Dylan put the bills on the table. Sierra is usually the one that pays the bills because she has 3 jobs. She is a police officer, a waitress, and a professional painter. So she makes a lot of money. She makes $15.50 as a police officer. She makes $10.85 as a waitress. And she makes $20.45 as a professional painter. So she makes the most money and pays all the bills. She was going to pay the bills after they watched the movie. Soon the movie ended. Sierra paid all the bills. She put the bills into the mailbox and put the flag up to signal to the mailman to take the mail. Okay? They headed to the bar for a few drinks. They sat down at the bar and got their usual drinks. Soon Sierra sang, She sang a song for Brandon to show how much she loves him. That's the song she sang was "I Cross My Heart" by George Strait. Brandon was almost in tears at how well Sierra sang Brandon's favorite song. Brandon clapped the most. He hugged Sierra as he broke down and cried. Brandon pulled Sierra outside to talk to her. "Babe, you did so well on my favorite song. Thank you for singing it. I really needed to hear it coming out of you." Brandon said, "You're welcome." "You're welcome. I knew you would love it." Sierra said, "I love you, babe." Brandon spoke, "I love you too," as she leaned in for a kiss. After they kissed, they walked back inside the bar to have a little fun. Dylan was singing a song. It was called "Take Back Home" by Chris Lane featuring Tori Kelly. He needed a girl to sing with him, so he signaled for Sierra to come up on stage to sing with him. She ran on stage and sang with Dylan. Dylan loved singing with Sierra, just because of Sierra's huge vocal range. So whenever Dylan gets the chance to sing with Sierra, he takes it. After they sang, they sat back at the bar. Soon one of Sierra's favorite songs came on. This song was called "This Is How We Do It" by Montel Jordan. She got up and danced to the song. She was getting a little more tipsy. After about 5 hours of spending time at the bar, they walked back home. When they walked inside the house, Sierra went to bed immediately. Brandon, Dylan, Landon, and Lucas stayed up for a little while longer. They were listening to the radio. They were reminiscing about old memories. Soon, they went to bed. Around 10 a.m., they all woke up. They went to McDonald's for breakfast. They went inside and ordered their food. They got the food and sat down in a booth. Their McDonald's always had music playing inside the restaurant. It was usually country music, but sometimes they would play slow country songs. Songs like "Concrete Angel" by Martine McBride and "Don't Forget to Remember Me" by Carrie Underwood. When they played these songs, Sierra would always get teary-eyed. None of the boys knew why she would get teary-eyed. They always thought she was just a very emotional girl. But when they watched sad movies, she never cried. So the boys asked her why she was crying during the sad country songs they played. "Well, when I was a baby, my mother died, and I still remember when she died. She died when I was only a year old, and I was put up for adoption. But I was never adopted until I got to go to school, which is where I met you guys. Ever since then, you guys took me in and took care of me. And here we are," Sierra said. "Wow, we never knew that, Sierra," Landon said. "'Cause I don't like talking about it much," Sierra replied. "I bet it was hard for you when you were born," Dylan said. "It was," Sierra said. Brandon hugged Sierra as she continued to cry. Soon, they finished their breakfast and left. They went back to the house. Dylan, Landon, and Lucas and Brandon spent most of the day in the garage. Sierra was in the house singing. She loved singing. She sang the iconic song "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion. She is a YouTuber as well, so she was recording herself singing the iconic Titanic song. And she posted it on her channel. It got many views in about 3 hours. She watched a little TV in the bedroom. Suddenly, there was a banging on the side of the house. Sierra looked out the window and didn't see anything. She never heard the banging again. Soon, Dylan, Brandon, Landon, and Lucas came back to the house and they watched TV. Brandon and Sierra watched TV in the bedroom. Brandon wanted to talk to Sierra. "Hey, babe, do you ever think about the future?" Brandon asked. "Sure, why?" Sierra asked. "Oh, I don't know. I was just wondering," Brandon said. Brandon reached over to the nightstand and grabbed his ring that he was going to propose to Sierra with. "Baby, I've been wanting to ask you this for a while. Will you marry me, Sierra?" Brandon asked. "Yes, I will," Sierra replied. Brandon slipped the ring on Sierra's finger and they hugged. They ran out to the living room to tell Dylan, Landon, and Lucas the good news. They planned out the wedding immediately. The wedding was going to be held in the backyard. The reception was going to be in the front yard. They got all the stuff planned out. Sierra got all the invitations ready. She went outside, put the invitations in the mailbox, and put the flag up for the mailman to take them. Everything was ready. The wedding was going to be held on June 15th, 2021. Brandon and Sierra got married, then they partied like they have never done before. After the reception, Dylan, Landon, Brandon, Lucas, and Sierra went inside the house and went to bed. The end. So, that was the long ride, and I hope you enjoyed it. And just a reminder, I am ending the Great Talk. Okay. And no, this was not one of the episodes. I was just making sure that you knew that it was over and everything else. Anyways, please like, subscribe, turn on your little notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I post a new video, and bye friends.